Spurgy game store owner thread. Be me, having gone to the friendly local game store for a while because of exams, and being broke. Show up there today because I had a dentist appointment, which was almost right next door. So I go in to buy some Magic the Gathering booster. Get in, and the owner spots me. Hey, it's been a while. Me thinking he wants to do a bit of small talk goes, haha yeah, I had exams and no money. I'm back though. Dude gives me the pick-related stare for a solid 5 seconds. Finishes with, what am I supposed to do with that information? Turns around and goes back to behind the counter. The guy is generally pretty cool and he's invested in the games he offers. Basically the only place offering weekly Magic the Gathering evenings in a 50 km radius. But he makes every single conversation so awkward. Shouldn't game store owners be good at tard wrangling? This dude is the tard.
I mean, yeah, look, you know, the thing is, I actually do have quite a bit of respect for game store owners. They're going into a business and
the amount of shit they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, they do have to put up with an awful lot. Like, look, our entire channel was
Think
built
about
upon...
the stories. They have to deal with them.
Yeah, like, you know, do you want to deal with Chris Chan? That's the type of person you have to deal with on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Let's be serious. And it's not the type of business where you can go into and become like a millionaire. It's not. You're not
making money off this.
No, you're surviving, and you know you gotta live a relatively modest lifestyle.
And you get to do your hobby for your job, basically.
But it's not. No one's getting rich. Let's just be serious, guys.
Here's another story of the guy. Be me, around a year ago, go to friendly local game store after classes to get some boosters. Relatively quiet except for around 5 kids, which I reckon were around 12 years old, and new to Magic. They blast all their allowance and owner is beaming like a virgin seeing boobs for the first time. So I go buy my boosters and sit down at a nearby table to open them. As I do, I hear one of the kids say he just finished his new deck and wants to play against someone. All of his friends are still working on their decks. I'm not interested, but even if I did bring my deck with me, I'm not a giant spurg. I hear, I can play around with you from behind the counter. Oh no. Expected him to bring a constructed deck or something. Owner rocks up with a metal deck box, all cards double sleeved, and a play mat against this kid.
Yeah, you can't time to get good.
Announces that he will play a squirrel deck. Oh no, I don't know what that means.
I don't know Magic.
For those not into Magic, squirrel decks are notoriously expensive because they are strong as hell since they ramp and steamroll their enemies with a million superpowered rodents. It's especially bad when you don't know how to counter it, like as if you're a 12-year-old child.
Like, honestly, like, say if you're 12, I'm sorry, man, you're just gonna get good. You know, we got no place.
We've got no time for beginners.
Yeah, exactly.
I avert my eyes and focus on the cards I brought. Not to witness a murder. First turn begins and owner plays a forest and summons 1 out of 1 squirrel. The kid giggles. Not 5 minutes later, I pass them to put away the booster wrappers and leave. Hear the owner say, now I attack you with all 24 squirrels. Each have 40 power and toughness and each have flying and trample. Kid looks crushed. Owner says, good game.
Oh, you know what? I like this game.
Never see the kids again.
My face wet. Honestly, like, sometimes you gotta gatekeep people from your own store.
Sometimes you just have to, give kids what they need.
I mean, obviously this game store owner is from a different time, and therefore participation trophies do not appeal to him.
Yeah.
He definitely buys into
get good.
You know,
that's what GG means, get good.
There is no such thing as, letting people, play easy with them, maybe do more of a demo game with them than anything. Be like, oh, this is actually really good, or, see if I do something like this.
Maybe you should use this, you should use this counter card, or this. No, just get good.
I'm sorry, I'm about winning here, guys, okay?
Going to add another story, which doesn't exactly revolve around the owner, but he caused it.
Is this owner a base retard? I can't help...
You know what?
I kind of appreciate him at this point. I can't help but think he's actually kind of funny. He makes me think of myself.
Be me, in 2017. Just started to get into TG related games a while ago, and decided to try card games again after having been obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid. Who wasn't?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was pretty based,
Don't want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh again since I don't understand anything past synchro summons. Also, metagame play is wanky as all hell.
Is that not true for all? From what I've heard from all card games, they've gotten really weird. That's what I heard from a lot of.
I think it's the people who play.
Is it?
Who are really into card games. Though. Decide to try Magic and find friendly local game store with said owner. See online that they have Magic the Gathering evenings and go to play there. Arrive and everyone's still really friendly. Actually feel really welcomed and have a few games. Get stomped, but that was to be expected since I just started playing and everyone else got good decks. At one point, the owner says I should play with a certain guy over at another table. Dude sits on his own. Red flag since the store was full, but didn't think of it since the owner specifically sent me there. Sit down and chat, start playing some matches. The guy's actually pretty nice and we have a good time. He's got a scruffy beard and is a bit overweight, but not a lard. Dude basically looks like a big teddy bear. Mid-game, he starts talking about another card game, which he really enjoys. Goes on about mechanics and how innovative it is. Gets suspicious because he doesn't mention the name of the game. At one point, ask what game it is since he never mentions the name, but keeps going on about it. Fucking My Little Pony Friendship is magic.
Trading card
game.
There we go. What happened to boonies? Boonies, like this 2017. I thought boonies were long since extinct by then.
No, they're still floating.
I honestly did think boonies got like absorbed by the furry community.
We're still here.
Ye?
Oh wait, no, not me.
Yeah.
I freeze in realization who I sit across. A stealth brony.
It's not really that stealth.
Stealth if he's telling you about the friggin' game.
I know.
He starts going on a one-sided 10-minute discussion about how great and fun the game is. Also says it's poorly balanced and there is an objectively best deck which costs $200. He's got it, of course. Starts lamenting how cool the game is and that it's such a shame no one else plays it here. Starts telling me that they actually sell boosters at the store. Hints. And eventually asks if I'm interested. Me, being not used to a lot of social contact and overwhelmed with the situation, just stand up and say, I need to go to the restroom. Wait for like 15 minutes as I check when the next train home comes. Come out and make a fast walk to the table, getting my stuff and excuse myself having to leave early. Don't give the guy time to respond. Just run. Leave and don't come back for 3 years. This experience got me off Magic the Gathering for years until the pandemic, and Magic Arena lured me in. At this point, I'm convinced the owner's just a massive troll.
No, you know what it is, like, oh, we've got a new person in the door. Let's get it. Like, there's also I have
all this dead stock.
I've got all this. Yeah, exactly. I've got all this My Little Pony. Why did I buy these My Little Pony cards?
Just for you, Simon.
You know what? If anyone new comes in, we'll lead them over your way. You might be able to find new players. You try and convince them, and I'll be able to finally get rid of these cards. Does that sound like a plan? Yeah. Do you want to do that? Okay, let's do that.
Right, you slimy human maggots. We has been working hard at Neckbeardia to get the bestest little people that monies can buy. We got all the boys here. We got the boys, the lizard boys, vampire boys, all the boys over at Neckbeardia. Oh, we also got some pretty girls too. But I can't really make out which one's the boys and which one's the girls sometimes. But anyway, I need more money to get more daggers, so get on over and order some now, you filthy pigs.
Every video that we post, we're going to be giving away all of our homebrew content to one lucky winner. Every video. All you have to do to be in with a chance to win is to be subscribed, leave a comment, and like this video. And today's lucky winner is this guy. Well done! Well done! To claim your prize, just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video. Be 18-year-old delivery guy. Delivered to this one address damn near every day. Always remember the guy's name. We'll call him Scott Johnson, because the dude tips really well every time. Literally see Scott Johnson like 5 times a week for 3 years. I even know all of his dogs by name. One day, a friend convinces me to come to Friday Night Magic, to go to the friendly local game store for the first time ever. Holy shit, no fucking way, it's none other than Scott Johnson behind the counter. Beeline straight for him in excitement. Hey Scott, how are you? Dude turns white, looks at me with a mix of shock, fear, and anger. Tells me his name is Leslie. Laughs and says, Scott, it's me from Other Employees Are Looking Now. He gives me a pleading look that I took to mean drop it now. Just fumble and say, my mistake. Play FNM and leave. He never fucking orders pizza ever again. To this day, I've no fucking idea what that was about. It wasn't some thingy shit.
All that sort of stuff.
He was a normal ass old dude.
What happened?
That's weird.
Was he like, maybe, do you reckon the guy's maybe like a vegan or something? And he like pretends to be a vegan?
Well, somebody replied saying it could have been a sex offender or something and just went to work in a different name to avoid background checks.
Oh, that would explain a lot.
Could be.
Oh, that actually could be. What else could this be? That's a really weird situation. That makes no sense. But then again, how do you make a bank? Like, can you make bank accounts in like different names? How do you get paid?
I don't know. Or somebody says probably has a routine in which he cheats on a spouse with a regular mistress, and some detail of what you could say would accidentally out him. Hey Scott, you order from us every afternoon. Your dogs are really cool. Other employees are aware he does not own dogs. Wife may be present and believe he goes to work early in those days of the week, etc., etc.
But that's a lot of money to be spending on pizza. Like pizza.
And who has the time to go to a mistress's house that much?
Who has the time for a mistress?
mistress?
In general?
I know.
Like, let's be serious, man. Do any of you guys have any weird ideas of what would explain
I thought
this?
you were going to say, do any of you guys have mistresses?
Well, do any of you guys... Well, let's be serious. Like, do any of you guys have mistresses? You know? Asking...
How do you juggle the balance?
Yeah, is it worth it? To me, it sounds like an awful lot of effort.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Fuck off! You're lucky you got me, you dick. Mid-2010s, walk into a game store near my uncle's place that I'm house-sitting. Browsing mostly because broke college kid, but the store has floor-to-ceiling board games. Slightly overweight high school kid, who I assume works part-time at the store, is showing a younger kid the ropes in a demo copy of Star Wars Armada at some tables in the centre. While I'm looking around, the store owner walks over to the high school kid, interrupts the demo and starts dressing him down in the most passive-aggressive way. Apparently they play a weekly D&D game at the store, and the owner noticed that some of the players had source books that they didn't buy from the store.
Get away.
Get away.
Get away.
Assume they bought them from Amazon.
Get away. Honest to God. Look, I do, like, put it like this. For me, I like to buy stuff. I do like to buy stuff from game stores. So I do.
Yeah.
But if the game store doesn't have something in, I'm just going to buy it off Amazon.
Or if it's easier for you, to be honest.
Yeah.
You're just going to buy it.
Sometimes it just depends, like, you know, but honestly, like, I get why Games Workshop does this sort of thing with, like, proxy models, but, like, see, whenever they're doing that with, like, old, out-of-production models, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's bad business practice, and it's just going to push people away getting on like that.
Says that if he's hosting them, it's only fair that he and his friends all buy from his store, and insinuates that high school kid is going to be fired if the store owner notices his players come in with online ordered source books again. Older kid's face is completely red. He's looking down, stuttering and mumbling agreement and apologizes this whole time. Younger kids look super uncomfortable the entire way through. Store owner walks away to organize some shelves. Younger kid excuses himself and leaves the store. Older kid quietly begins to put the demo game back in the box.
Well, that's a great way to just lose customers. Like,
Exactly.
Could you not have said to him, maybe, like, you know, in the office at the end of the shift, maybe, instead of like then and there? Like, I'm going to assume this, like, for me, I wouldn't see this as a big problem anyway. You know, the problem is, you can't, it's very hard to make money off of gold players. And the only thing you can really get them to do is buy books.
Yeah.
And dice.
Yeah. Well, it says here, it was my first and last time in that store. The owner looked like late 30s, bitching about some teenager because some of his friends bought their books from Amazon. Google Maps tell me the place is now a cell phone repair shop, so at least that's nice.
Well, there you go. What else could you do?
Like,
you
if
know
you're
what I
going to
mean?
act like a bitch, nobody's going to come.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like, it's all about...
And the thing is, the people who play these games, we said before, are really introverted, and they don't really, you know, socialise an awful lot. So that you want to make the place as friendly as possible, so they feel comfortable coming.
You have to make it comfortable for, like, you know, like, the idea for a lot of, like, very introverted people, the idea of
going to a game store and
is
sitting
daunting.
at a table with randomers, it's so scary for them.
Yeah, it is.
So, you know, you have to make it as friendly as possible.
Like, I go off and do things from time to time. Like, I would go, like, I joined a shooting range a while back.
I can't.
And Megan just could not do that.
I just don't like being around people.
See, the idea for you of just, like, finding, like, a club online and just showing up.
Nah.
That's, like, your idea of hell.
I won't even take the train or the bus by myself.
Yeah.
I don't like going places by myself.
I'm not bad at it.
I'm not bad now because I have Aussie. So I'll take Aussie with me.
Yeah.
And I talk to Aussie.
Yeah.
And people don't think I'm weird because I'm with my child, but, like, I won't go places by myself.
Yeah, you're pretty, like, especially not to socialise. You can't do that.
Absolutely not.
No. I don't know, I think I'm getting better at it, but you know what it is? I think that's just, I've kind of given up on the idea of people, like, either like me or you don't like me type of mentality, and I've got no problem.
James is like Marmite.
Yeah, I've honestly, I've came to the point.
Him or you hate him.
I've came to the point where it's like, look, mate, go fuck yourself. How does that sound? And I actively do say that to people.
Whenever you're near your 30s, you're just like,
Like, wait,
and you're a parent, it's like, I don't care.
I don't have time for you, alright? I'm sorry.
No.
But I think that's kind of what's happened to me anyway. But, like, no, whenever I was, like, 17, the idea of doing a lot of this type of stuff would actually...
Freak you out.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I would definitely struggle with that sort of thing.
Me 28, I am freaking out. I can't do none of it. My area has one good friendly local game store. It's been in the same spot and owned by the same family since the 70s, I think. Front half of the store is all Warhammer stuff. The rest is split between RPG stuff, historical stuff, and other wargaming stuff. The owner is a super friendly grog who will chat with you if they're not busy. They typically are though. And if he notices you're new or are buying something from a genre you typically don't, he'll point out what day of the week they host game nights for that stuff. I've only had one bad experience with the store, and it's this. Be me. High school stuff, mega nerd with major social anxiety. I've always had a love for history and tabletop games. I've played D&D since middle school, but recently just found out about this thing called historical wargaming.
That happens when you hit 40. Once you hit 40, it's like, Napoleonic Hour.
Seems straight up my alley. Go to Game Store and browse through the historical section, making absolute minimum wage as a busboy at the time, so absolutely no money to spend. Wind up getting some cheap rulebook for a World War II game.
Might play Bolt Action or something.
Probably. As I'm checking out, the owner notices I'm new and asks if I know about the historical group that meets on Wednesday nights. I don't, and he gives me the leader's email. I get home and excitedly email the leader about wanting to join, and what all I should bring. Cue the next morning. I receive an email back telling me what to bring, and it includes the schedule. The schedules for the previous year. Cue social anxiety. Panic, and think they don't want me to join. Never email them back, and never go to play with it. Feels bad.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, he sent him the wrong schedule, and he thinks the guy doesn't want to play with him.
Mistakes happen. I wouldn't think much
He's
of it.
got major social anxiety.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Honestly, I think that's where we're going to finish up. But I suppose, will we talk about our game stores that exist? So one of them is a town over from us, and it's been about for coming up on 30 years now. It's pretty good. The front of the store is like anime tat, then the middle of the store is like Warhammer and stuff. And then
the back is like board games in the backpack, and where the tables are.
All tables. It's like a big long thin one. It's pretty nice. I think the staff are pretty dead on.
The people who run it is really nice.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to get on with. You're pretty open as well. Like, you can pretty much talk to them about anything. It's a family-run one, and the dad died like about 2-3 years back, and it was quite sad.
2 years ago during COVID.
Was it during COVID that he died? It was a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Felt bad for them. That, and also I know that they're what game store isn't somewhat struggling, to say the least. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Whenever times get tough and money, if it costs you over $100 or £100 to fill a car.
Since COVID, anytime we've been in,
it's been pretty busy. Yeah, I think people
they've started to host an awful lot more game nights and stuff. So
they
is
have.
Quite busy.
And then there's a new one as
There's
well.
There's always goths in the back.
Yeah, there is. It's just guaranteed.
A massive amount of goths.
What is it with 40k and goths? It's like goes hand in hand.
It's not even that. They're always playing Magic.
Yeah, they are. They love Magic. So
love
they do.
Magic.
And then there's another new one. So there is. It's actually in the same time as us.
It's run by a young fella, but same age as us.
Yeah, well, I was talking to the guy I meets with the guy that used to own a game store, and he was telling me all about him. So the guy has actually been doing this for years and years. Like, he's had been selling on eBay and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's been mostly card games like Pokemon and stuff, and it kind of got to the point where he was getting that big where he's like, I need somewhere to start playing.
Yeah.
So he opened up a shop, and it's actually doing really well.
Yeah,
so
really
it is.
well. And he does wee game nights for kids and stuff.
Yeah, he's got like kids club, and he's got like an adult night and stuff like that. I think they're doing a really good job, and they're really trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's the sort of job where you're not going to become like a billionaire or anything. You're not going to make serious amounts of money, and to even start this type of thing up, you have to sink so much money in stock.
Yeah.
Let's be serious. The stock's expensive, to say the least.
Yeah.
How much are you buying in, and then how much do you
sell it for and stuff?
Yeah, it's not exactly the easiest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think we're pretty. I think they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that we had. It's long since closed now. It was the first one I really went to. It was pretty much a 40k club essentially.
Some magic.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet because so it was in an industrial estate, so you could drink.
You're away to the ways.
Yeah,
to bring my drink with me and just sit and get pissed on the sofa.
Yeah, and the store would drink every other night anyway.
Yeah,
The guy
get sit and get drunk with him.
Like, the guy was in the army, so he was, and, like, I don't know anyone that's been in the army that's not, like, a legion alcoholic to a certain extent.
We're still really friendly with him.
Yeah, he's good fun, so he is. But again, it shut down because, again, he's in the army, so he's away all the time.
He's away all the time, and then money as well, like, he just wasn't paying it.
And then they had some problems with the landlords, and the landlord wanted to, like, triple their rent or whatever, and, like, that wasn't happening. Like, and then it all kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
But it's a little shame, so it was, because it was a really good store, and I do miss it. Like, it was a lot of fun, and you can't really drink in any other game store, but I suppose that's for good reason. I suppose, like, it's one of those ones, I trust myself to be able to drink responsibly.
James went down and played 40k while I just sat and got pissed.
It was good fun, though. Like, I liked it, and, like, it's a shame you can't do that.
Yeah.
The thing is, what does a game store need to do? A game store needs to provide something better that you can do in your own house.
Yeah.
It needs to facilitate an area that people want to go to, and it's more, like, it is a mix between a club and a shop. Yeah. It's a really different type of shop. There's nothing else
no,
quite
it's more
like
like a hangout shop.
It is. It really is. And I don't, like, maybe that's in Northern Ireland anyway, that culture, that, like, that mall culture doesn't
exist.
You know what I mean? It's just not really a thing. Honestly, I like hearing good stories about game stores. I don't really like hearing bad stories, because, like, bad stories about game stores are just not good.
And then it puts people going off game stores. Because,
yeah, exactly.
I don't like doing that, because everybody's trying to make a living in this crazy fucking world.
Yeah, exactly.
And, and you might meet some really fucking
I've met a lot of people, pretty dead on guys, so I've been quite lucky, although I have also put a lot of people off, but, like, I just... I haven't put it... Well, okay, look, we finish up and we'll tell that story about... Remember that guy that we met?
Okay.
Remember the guy, and he was asking us about that Lord of the Rings game? We told this story before, and I kept saying, like, he asked me, he's like, oh, so what do you play? It's like, I play rogues, paladins, fighters. It's like, I'm kind of a bad player, not gonna lie. Like, I'm not...
Oh, him, you scared him.
I think I did scare him. I think I went to...
Was it Lord of the Rings game?
Yeah, he was asked
to run, and he was like, oh yeah, I was thinking about running ones for me and my friend, and James was like, here, well, add me on Facebook, sure, and I'll join.
Well, like, if you're looking for players, let us know, sure.
And then he goes, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm a pretty shit player, like, I'm really bad, really shit. And then every other word that came out of the fella's mouth, James just talked over him, was like, no, I'm telling you, I'm really shit player.
He's like, I'm sure you're not that bad. I was like,
nah, I'm really bad.
Oh, look, maybe I just scared the fella off, but he never added me as a friend on Facebook. Oh, it was pretty bad. But look, have you guys done it? This is what's going to happen. If I ever become a millionaire, if Chainlink ever takes off, if I become a crypto millionaire, I'm going to become like a cryptid, like an unironic, like cryptid club guy. I'm going to travel the world, going to game stores.
Just to scare people off? Yeah,
I'm going to go in and like just do weird shit.
It's going to be like the Sam Hyde of
game stores.
Game stores.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm just, like, people will hear stories like, yeah, that happened in my city. This guy was...
He can't keep getting away with
it. Look, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, by the way, we've got a sale on.
Yes, use code SALE30 at checkout.
It helps us out a lot. You guys know how it is. We've got tons of new models, something to check out. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you later.
Bye.